Hello and welcome to the morning sports briefing. Hi, I'm Paul. I'll be your host this morning on Friday, the 26th of March. In the news today, we'll cover on the international cricket action. We've got week 3 of the NRL has kicked off. Super Rugby will be kicking off this evening. And we have NBA and NBL action, as well as the A-League. The PGA Tour, European Tour, and LPGA Tour. Lots of golf going on as well. This is your best way to start the day, up to speed with all of the important sports news. And let's start off by rounding up that golf action. In the LPGA, it's the Kia Classic. And they are in the first round at the moment with Lindbergh, Lee and Kim leading the way, both at 4 under par. Lydia Ko, who's had a good start to the season, is finding this one a lot tougher, if we're going to be honest. Down in 45th place currently at 2 over par after 11 holes on the opening round. So still a long way to go, but not a good start for Lydia Ko in that one. Over in the European PGA, the European Tour, and it's the Kenya Savannah Classic, and that's right through to its third round at the moment. Harding leads away at 17 under par, 3 shots clear of a chasing pack. No Kiwi representatives in that one. Going back over to the States for the Punta Cana Championship. They're over there, and that one again is also has completed its first round. Jaeger leads 6 under par, 1 shot clear of Damon, and then a chasing pack. Tom Wilkinson is in that one. He's tied at 28th at 1 under par. So a decent start for him in that first round there. Sticking in the States, and we'll go to the NBA action. And I missed yesterday, sorry folks, due to me being working yesterday and working in the way of that. So let's catch up on the Pelicans game from Wednesday, where they played the Lakers in that one. The Lakers missing LeBron James, who is injured, and the Pelicans took full advantage of that, opening up a 13-point lead at halftime. They stretched that out to a 26-point lead to have it basically won by the end of the third quarter. They won the game 128 to 111. Good win there for the Pelicans. Steven Adams got himself 12 points and 7 rebounds. But leading the way was Brandon Ingram with 36 points and Zion Williamson with 27 points for the Pelicans. Yesterday, we had a stack of games with 11 games yesterday. Some of the key saw the Bucks beat the Celtics 121 to 119. The Suns lose out to the Magic in a real tight one, 112 to 111. The Clippers beat the Spurs 134 to 101, and the Jazz beat the Nets 118 to 88. A big win there for the Jazz. That sees the Jazz stay top of the Western Conference, ahead of the Suns and the Clippers, as the Lakers on a 3-game losing streak slip back. The Pelicans now on a 2-game winning streak, up to 11th place in the Western Conference. On the Eastern side, the 76ers lead the Bucks and the Nets currently. Sticking with basketball and in the NBL, the Breakers were in action yesterday against Melbourne United over in Australia. The Breakers took a good lead at halftime, leading by 16 points with a strong second quarter, but they were hauled back in the second half, so that Melbourne United got home 82 to 79 in that one. For the Breakers, good production off the bench with both Kendall and Weeks scoring, getting into double figures with 13 and 10 points respectively. But Finn Delaney led the scoring with 17 points. Melbourne United was a bit of an all-round effort. So McCarron got 16 points and Illy got 16 points as well in that one. From a table point of view, then, that means the Breakers still down second off the bottom in 8th place, just ahead of the Taipans. Melbourne United up in 2nd place with that win, chasing the Wildcats, who are top at the moment. Sticking in Australia, and we'll have a look at the A-League. And again, we'll just quickly nip back to Wednesday, where the Phoenix were in action against Melbourne Victory, and having a convincing win over there with a 4-1 for the Phoenix in that game. So a very good victory there. That sees them up to 8th place now in the table. Melbourne Victory still bottom of the table. So important for Wellington to win that one. Also on Wednesday evening, Perth Glory got a 1-1 draw with Sydney FC. Phoenix will be back in action on Sunday against Macarthur FC, the brand new team this season, who have been going well, but they slipped back now. They're in 5th place in the table. Also this evening, we see Melbourne City taking on Western Sydney Wanderers in that one. Moving on then to the rugby and 2 Super Rugby games. Well, one Super Rugby Aotearoa game this evening, followed by a Super Rugby AU. And myself and Steve from the Cornflakes YouTube channel did a preview yesterday, in fact, on all our channels, Facebook, YouTube, or Twitter, and also out as a podcast as well, to get the full breakdown of all the teams ahead of this. But tonight we have the Highlanders versus the Hurricanes at 7 o'clock, followed by the Brumbies versus the Western Force at 9:45. Also, you can get my predictions on all of the rugby games at NZ Sport Radio. Sorry, nzsportradio.com. And we'll be live straight after the Highlanders versus the Hurricanes with a post-match reaction to that one. Also, don't forget, tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. New Zealand time, it is the last game of the Six Nations as France face Scotland, with the possibility of taking out the championship in that one as well. There's a high chance I'll do a post-match reaction after that game as well. Folks, you stick around on if you look on the old socials. In the NRL, and it's into week 3. The Panthers played the Storm last night. The Panthers coming off the back of 2 wins and not conceding a point in their opening 2 games. The Storm, mixed start, winning their opening game, but lost to the Eels last weekend. The Panthers took this one 12-10, but hey, as you can hear, they did actually concede points this time. So a narrow win there for the Panthers. In that one, the Warriors will be in action tomorrow, that's Saturday, at 5 p.m. Up against the Raiders in the NRL. Finally, with the cricket, and today we'll see the 3rd ODI between New Zealand and Bangladesh. So we'll give you, obviously, join us for the morning sports briefing tomorrow at 9 a.m. Sorry, at 7 a.m. where I will take you through how that one went. But we did also have action in the Test match, which is into its final day now, between Sri Lanka and the West Indies. We had low scoring opening innings, with Sri Lanka scoring 169, with then the West Indies responding with 271 to take a decent lead in after that. The Sri Lanka then really put on a fantastic showing in their second innings, scoring 476 in their second innings. Their batsmen either seemed to get big scores or no scores, with 4 batsmen getting out in single figures, but also 5, a century and 4 half centuries scored by them, as they scored 476. Leading the batting was Nissanka with 103. West Indies in reply are 145 for 2, and it's the second session on the final day now. Can Sri Lanka take enough wickets, or will the West Indies close those final 230 runs needed to win? We'll obviously bring you that result tomorrow on the morning sports briefing. You have now started the day the best way, as with all the important sports news. As I say, don't forget to join me straight after the Super Rugby game this evening and tomorrow morning at 7 a.m.